Okay, this is my full WWE Hell in a Cell review. Just got off the air about 5 minutes ago, and must say it was a pay-per-view that a lot of people were looking forward to, mainly for one match because, to be quite honest, how often does WWE put on a match that A, you haven't seen before, and two, um, the outcome of the finish actually matters. When you got Cena and Punk, it doesn't matter if either the two win or lose because it's been done before. Both guy has beaten the other guy multiple times, but this time Punk has his streak. Punk has his title. Ryback has his streak, and that made for one hell of a pay-per-view. Like, the anticipation was building throughout the night for this one match. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I got home around like 20 after 8, so I got there pretty much as the ending of Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio, but I did catch Del Rio hitting Randy Orton with the Warrior's Way. Not as impactful as Loki, but he did manage to get Randy Orton on the second rope, double stomp to the chest. But the finish, I am going to say, was really, really cool how Del Rio kind of did the step up onto the second rope, went to do the dive, got caught in the RKO. And it seems like that move, the RKO, can kind of be put in any sort of, you can kind of hit it from anywhere. And I know Randy Orton said that he wanted a move that could be like that, and he succeeded because you've seen many finishes of the RKO just out of nowhere. This was one of them, and it made for a great finish. Next, the AJ scandal. They did a little pre-show highlight of John Cena, and then Vickie Guerrero interrupted him. Then Dolph Ziggler attacked him. Cena cleans house. But they're actually making a whole thing out of it. The AJ scandal. Kind of Claire Lynch-esque for those TNA fans out there. And that's not the greatest thing. And I remember I heard it on a radio show. The best thing they can do is not do the storyline. But the thing that's holding them back from doing the storyline and making it good is not having a Christopher Daniels there to really carry it and make it worth watching. So, I'm not looking forward to this at all. And Cena was on the pre-show. Who would ever figure that in like a million years? Then we had Paul Heyman, who was backstage with Vickie, trying to weasel Punk out of the match. She said no. Heyman left very upset. So, obviously Heyman knows Punk stands no chance, which is, I guess, the story going into it. You had a feeling that Punk was going to lose. And we moved to the tag team title match, Kane and Daniel Bryan versus the Rhodes Scholars. I thought Cody Rhodes was going to get a bigger reaction than he actually did, and I know JBL was pumping out the fact that, this is a homecoming for Cody, and they cut a promo while walking down to the ring that at the end of the night, they'll be saying, we're the tag team champions, we're the tag team champions. And then they shot they had a screen at Daniel Bryan and Kane, who were just staring. I'm like, what? And then Bryan's like, he's nodding, I'm the tag team champion. I thought Bryan, just everything he does, just fits perfect because his character, he's just supposed to be that little, weasel, weenie guy hanging out with the monster, and Bryan plays his role so well. And the match itself, I was honestly distracted by JBL and Cole. I don't know if you guys remember, but they were making references to old wrestling history. Cole, and the highlight just sticks out to my head was JBL told Cole, you don't know anything past 2001, 2002, and then Cole's like, I got hired in 97, so I know everything up to then. But the finish, I thought it looked like they were going to lose the belts when Cody hits the crossroads on Bryan. Kane makes a save, and then when the double team started going on Bryan, Kane just went berserk, and the referee disqualified the team, and Kane just got angry. And so, I can see a rematch coming either on Raw or the next pay-per-view, but either way, you will see a lengthy feud with these two teams. And I don't know what to say about that, but the match was just, wasn't great, wasn't bad. Next, we had a Miz promo in the back saying that the apocalypse of the WWE is here because Kofi Kingston is United States champion, and that's something about being mediocre, and he's mediocre. And in my head, I'm thinking, this coming from the guy who was WWE champion and just so bad as a WWE champion, and the end of the world, as he said to me, was when he main evented. But Kofi and him had the match. Kofi sold the leg, and he hit him with the Trouble in Paradise for the win. And it seems like now, like Kofi kind of hits that move out of nowhere. Before he used to kind of do like boom, 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 and kind of build up to it. But now it's just like he gets in the ring, it's a move that he can hit out of nowhere. And I know he's won. He hit Miz the first time with it, which busted him up. He won the title like that. And then tonight he did the same thing. So it seems like they're kind of building it as like Kofi gets his ass kicked throughout the whole match, and it just takes a second for him to hit that kick, and he wins. Then, cheesy promo, actually, Matt Striker came in the ring and said, you know, this is your first defense, how do you feel? And then Kofi said, oh, you know, Miz brought out the Wildcat in me, so now we got the Wildcat Kofi Kingston, and thank you. You know, it's almost like a thank you Adrian promo from Kofi, and he's like, I'm so proud to be your champion, whatever. Then, Kane and Daniel Bryan backstage. This was some people didn't like it, but I laughed. Kane just, they were blaming each other for the loss, and Kane just said, like, you're too busy thinking about all those people who aren't going to give you vegan candy for Halloween. And then Bryan said, you know, a guy who wears a mask 365 days a year is telling him about Halloween. And Kane said, you've been wearing a costume since you were born on Old MacDonald's farm. And then he said, Old MacDonald had a goat. And then they kind of went their separate ways. It was entertaining. I laughed. Justin Gabriel versus Antonio Ceasaro for the United States title. This match was very like what I'm doing now. It was people were sitting there and just staring at him. No reaction, no nothing. A silent "We Want Ryder" chant started. But the finish, when Gabriel did the whole springboard to the outside, Claudio caught him, boom, uppercut. Cesaro caught him with a huge uppercut, took him in the ring, neutralizer. And after that, it was like, damn, people knew that Gabriel just got his head knocked off. It was so good, and it was cool. And then Ryback promo, building him up. Back to Vickie Guerrero and Paul Heyman. Once again, Heyman's trying to weasel his way out of the match. Vickie said no. And we had Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara versus the Primetime Players. This match was long. Like, I took a break. Like, I was talking about my Raw thing. I went for a walk, and then I came back, and with like 10 minutes, and the match was still going. So, it's not the finish. I'm just gonna say finish 619. Rey Mysterio drops to dime, and then I looked at the highlights. Sin Cara was holding his head, so he landed, I guess, on his neck. He seems to be okay, but it could just be like a minor sprain, I would imagine. And then came one of the biggest shocker matches in a long time: Big Show versus Sheamus. No cell. I don't know why. I thought the title matches were always held in the Hell in a Cell. This one was not. So when I first started watching it, I'm like, you know, this match is going to be slow. It's going to be boring. Sheamus is going to win. Ziggler might catch in depending on how beat up Sheamus actually is. And Big Show beat the hell out of Sheamus. He had welts on his chest. And I was like, hey, like Sheamus is winning. Sheamus is going to be knocked out. Ziggler's going to come, cash in. No, that's not what happened. They told a story like I would never have thought before. I was surprised. I was shocked that, like, first, sorry, I'm getting a little... Sheamus hit the white noise out of nowhere. Like, he picked him up like he was a feather, dropped him, and he hit the bro kick, and Big Show kicked out. And Big Show then hit the KO punch. Sheamus kicked out. I'm like, damn, like, the next guy to hit their finish, it's gonna, like, be it. And then Big Show was down, he's wheezing, he's getting up. Sheamus broke, goes to kick him, runs right into a punch. Sheamus is down. I'm like, oh, he has to kick out. Like, that's not 1, 2, 3 Big Shows. No. What? Big Show beat Sheamus for the World Heavyweight title on his first try. Not like a whole build. His first try, he won the belt. He saw the emotion. Big Show's a big crybaby. And I'm like, he's crying. I don't think, what's his name? Ziggler's going to come out. But I'm like, last time you won the belt, he's crying again. And Daniel Bryan came out. So I was kind of waiting. He didn't come out. Big Show went in the back. And that was that. Very shocking stuff. Very good match, though. I enjoyed the tail end. The first part was okay, and it kind of built its way after that. Then you had a Ryder Santino Teddy promo, whatever. Vincent Punk promo, whatever. Triple threat match. This match was bad. Like, when you say the crowd was dead, like, I know I said it before, but this put a whole new meaning to the word, like, dead. Like, it was so quiet, and even JBL was quiet, and it was such an awkward match to watch, and this could go down in history in one of the most awkward moments in WWE this year. Just like watching them, and they're screaming, and the crowd's not doing anything, and they're just, ugh. It was so weird to watch. And Eve won, okay. Then we had the main event. Paul Heyman made this match a lot better than it actually was. As soon as Punk walked to the ring, they gave him a hug, and Michael Cole pointed out it was more like a farewell hug. We knew as fans, Heyman knew as a manager, Punk knew as the wrestler, that he was doomed. He was going to get his ass kicked by Ryback, by the Ryback. And they hugged. Ryback came in. Punk's kind of trying to get out of the way, and Heyman's just kind of encouraging him. I believe in you. You're the best in the world. Punk tried getting the little offense that he did. He got a big cut on his arm. I saw that. Not sure how it happened. But a couple big spots was Punk had the chair, and Ryback just kicked the chair right in his face, and I was like, damn, this guy's going to get a beating put on him. And the ending pretty much came, like, I was like, damn, like, Ryback hit the clothesline. I guess he calls it the meat hook. I don't know, that's what JBL called it. And Brad Maddox, yes, the Brad Maddox, was in the ring, and someone on Twitter, I think it was Chris, WWFU something, he pointed out that he was a ref. I'm like, yeah, you got a point. Could be faulty finish. That's what it was. Ryback had him up for cell shock. Boom, he has him up. And the referee comes like, no, no, no. And then gives him a low blow. Fast count. Rest in peace, Ryback's winning streak. And I don't think no one even remembered. They didn't even like mention that Ryback's streak was over. They were more shocked that the ref screwed over Ryback. Punk's still the champion. And after that, Ryback put a beating on both guys. He picked up the ref. He threw him right into the cage. Same thing that happened with Tim White, but this time it was on purpose. And he hit the cage hard. He fell. And Punk went to the top of the cell, and I'm like, this is, damn, like, Ryback can climb a cage for one. And second, like, you know, what's going to happen when a huge guy just gets slammed? You know, one of them's going to get slammed on the cell. Yeah, he was hoping that Punk goes through the cell. But Punk got the shell shock onto the cell, and it seemed like Ryback landed on the metal part instead of the mesh. So I don't know, maybe that's just me looking too much into it. But, you know, Ryback lost, but like I said, if Ryback does lose, he's going to look like a dominating force, and that's exactly what happened. And, you know, win streaks don't matter anymore, especially because Ryback's streak wasn't numerical, where Punk's WWE title streak is. Punk has the exact number he's won, Ryback does not, so it's kind of, they're really pushing for a Punk to pass, I think, 365, and they're going to make a big deal out of that. Where Ryback's just a killer, a domination. We are the nation of domination. Ryback is just going to kill everyone in his way, and, you know, what better way to start than with CM Punk? Don't need a winning streak, you just got to kick some ass, and that's what Ryback does. This match was whatever, nothing special. Now, like that's the story of this whole pay-per-view. You know, you had one shocking turn of events. Well, I guess two, you can call the referee thing, but just another pay-per-view. I wouldn't go out of my way to see it, but I would definitely just watch Raw tomorrow. They're going to show whatever happened. And yeah, that's all. And I'll see you guys in the next video.